You didn't think it was going to be seen by 120 million people?
Absolutely not. I've actually made no money from the video itself or the views. It's not monetized.
Chris Martin was cracking up when he heard the news. Andy Byron is trying to sue him over that messy kiss cam moment. But here's the kicker. Real legal experts are straight up calling this lawsuit a joke. And Chris? His comeback is ice cold and savage. This mess has everything. Viral chaos, corporate scandal, a wild $35 million divorce bomb, and now a legal move that's got Chris laughing in his critics' faces. Let's rewind to the madness on July 16th at Gillette Stadium in Boston. That kiss cam zoomed in on none other than Andy Byron, the CEO of a billion-dollar tech company, and Kristen Cabot, the head of HR. But here's the messy part. Both of them are married to other people, and the way they squirmed and ducked from that camera, suspicious doesn't even cover it.
I mean, the only thing more embarrassing and horrible than, finding out your spouse is cheating on you is finding out with the rest of the world. So it was brutal. I was cringing, and I can't believe I've now seen it 600 times.
Then Chris Martin from the stage hit him with the mic drop line of the year. Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. Boom. That one sentence mixed with their guilty, squirmy reactions, it broke the internet. The clip exploded. Over 50 million views, nonstop memes, and fans dragging them through the mud like it was an online roast battle. But it didn't stop there. Andy's wife, Megan, she wasn't just upset, she went nuclear. She demanded either $35 million or 5% of Andy's company as payback for embarrassing her in front of the entire world. And guess what? Just 3 days later, both Andy and Kristen dipped out, resigned from Astronomer real quick. This wasn't just a PR disaster, it was a corporate body slam. In less than 3 days, a billion-dollar company lost both its CEO and its head of HR, all because of one wild kiss cam moment.
Talk about the guys in this moment. We have emotions too, Jay.
Allegedly, there are lawyers. Allegedly.
But instead of laying low and disappearing, Andy Byron decided to go out swinging, and things just got way messier. This dude actually filed a lawsuit against Chris Martin. Yes, that Chris Martin. He's claiming defamation, emotional distress, and get this, loss of business opportunities. Seriously? He's saying that one little mic drop joke from Chris destroyed his whole life. But the legal world, they're not buying it at all. One top lawyer didn't even hold back, saying straight up, this case is laughable. Judges aren't expected to waste a single minute on it. And honestly, it's looking like Andy's just trying to dodge the heat by throwing a celebrity under the bus for a mess he created. Chris, on the other hand, cool as ever. He hasn't said much, but insiders close to him are saying he literally laughed when he saw the lawsuit. Word is he joked, let him try, and fans, oh, they're living for it. Social media's been dragging Andy through the mud, calling him delusional, dramatic, and the real clown in all of this. And to make it even worse, insiders say Andy's own board warned him not to go after Chris because it could seriously blow up in his face. And now it is. His rep is sinking fast, and the internet's not letting him forget it. One industry exec said it best. He went from CEO to meme in less than a week. And now Andy Byron's out here suing the guy who made people laugh. That's not just desperate. That's straight up embarrassing. This ain't damage control anymore. It's a full-blown PR disaster. And guess who's fanning the flames? Andy himself.
In the moment when I filmed it, I didn't think much of it, but of course, everyone was kind of chattering. There was over 50,000 people at the concert, so it was a hot topic. But it wasn't until after the concert where I was debriefing the moment with my friends, and I said, let's review the footage. Let's see if it really looks that bad, and I think it does.
Instead of taking the L like a grown man, Andy's busy throwing shade, dragging Chris Martin and even Coldplay into this wild lawsuit. He's accusing them of invading his privacy, causing emotional distress, and wait for it, turning him into a meme without his permission. You can't make this up. When Chris Martin got wind of that legal threat, insiders say he literally burst out laughing, couldn't even believe someone would seriously try to sue over a kiss cam moment at a sold-out concert. And honestly, who could blame him? Chris knows this is nonsense, and the legal world agrees. Experts are saying Andy's case has zero legs. Here's the cold truth. When you step into a packed stadium with 65,000 fans and cameras everywhere, you're not exactly walking into a private retreat. You're on the world stage and on camera. That's how it works. Period. So all this whining about privacy violations, yeah, that argument dies fast when the fine print on the back of your ticket literally spells it out. Andy signed up for the spotlight, and now he's mad it's too hot. And it literally says it right there on the ticket. You can and probably will be filmed. So why is Andy acting brand new, like he got ambushed out of nowhere. Be for real. You don't show up to a concert with your HR director, both of y'all married to other people. Get
process that we're never gonna look at kiss cams the same, right? Like that's my thought process. And one thought, I was like, you know what? They should have had and just kissed and no one would have made a big deal of it. But I think their fear of being caught made them run more worse. But with that being said, though, I do think it is a very tragic situation. My heart goes out to the wife of the husband who had to see her husband cheating on her with another woman. But also, too, my heart goes out to the
blasted on the kiss cam looking mad suspicious and then cry about your rights being violated. That's not how it works. Now, here's where it gets even more twisted. If Andy really wants to win this so-called defamation case, he'd have to step up, go public, and prove that Chris's joke was false. And to do that, he'd need to officially deny there was any affair. But guess what? Neither Andy nor Kristen has done that, not once. And behind the scenes, it's looking even worse. People inside Astronomer say this wasn't even a surprise. Word is, office gossip had been circling Andy and Kristen for months. That kiss cam moment didn't spark the scandal. It just exposed it, like ripping the lid off a boiling pot that was already steaming for too long. And just when you think the drama couldn't get any messier, boom. Kristen Cabot steps into the spotlight, the HR queen turned scandal co-star. She's been low-key the whole time, but insiders say she is not feeling how Andy's handling this fallout. Word on the street? Kristen feels like he threw her under the bus to protect his own image. And it's not just whispers. Some sources are saying Kristen might be gearing up to make her own legal move against Andy. She's apparently furious he went on attack mode and dragged her into this public circus without even giving her a heads up. Messy doesn't even begin to cover it. People close to Kristen say she's been venting hard behind the scenes, saying stuff like, "I didn't sign up to be his cover story." And let's not forget, this ain't just office whispers anymore. After that kiss cam clip went viral, Kristen's husband didn't stick around for the mess. He reportedly packed his bags and dipped. No statement, no fight, just gone. Silent exit, and now Kristen's left without a job, her marriage crumbling, and watching Andy turn their whole situation into a media disaster, while she catches just as much heat.
Extra Andy is seriously considering suing Coldplay for basically outing his private life affair and turning him into a meme. Not only is this a ridiculous idea, let me tell you why it would work against you, Andy. See, there's a phase in the court process called discovery, and it's when both parties exchange information to learn more about the trial in the case. Now, Andy, we only know about your one news supply, but usually when there's one, there's two. And when there's two, there's usually an Olympic team. I would cut my losses now, consider yourself lucky and humbled, and continue on with your new supply because your wife don't want you no more. That's obvious by the change of the last name on Facebook. And maybe in time, you and her can end up like Leanne and Eddie. But we forgot about the whole cheating thing, and now you both just look like a cute couple.
Meanwhile, ex-employees from Astronomer are finally speaking out anonymously, and they're spilling everything. One insider said everyone in the office knew something was going on. They were way too close at events, always traveling together, always finding reasons to be alone. Now people are pulling receipts, checking company travel logs, expense reports, all of it. And if any of that proves Andy and Kristen were using company money to fund their private little getaways, oh, that's not just a scandal anymore. That's the kind of thing that screams corporate fraud and could turn into a full-blown legal storm. Forget PR disaster, we're talking possible investigation territory now. What's wild is people at the company weren't even shocked about the affair itself. That part, they'd already pieced it together. What did stun them was how the whole thing exploded online for the world to see. That kiss cam didn't expose a secret, it broadcasted it in HD. So let's be real for a second. Andy isn't suing Chris Martin because he's hurt, he's suing because he got caught in the most humiliating way possible, blasted across the internet with 50 million people watching and memes cooking him alive. This ain't about justice, it's about saving face. And even that ship might have already sunk. Now here's where things spiral even harder, because it's not just the fans and ex-employees chiming in anymore. Astronomer's investors are starting to get nervous, and when money starts paying attention, people start sweating. Word is, a few major stakeholders are demanding a full audit, like right now. They want to know exactly how deep this rabbit hole goes. If Andy and Kristen were out here using corporate cards for personal business trips, that could trigger criminal charges. One source close to the board said straight up, "We're not just worried about a scandal, we're worried about stolen money." Boom. That flips the whole thing from messy drama to serious white-collar crime territory. And Chris Martin, he's still not flinching.
I definitely feel for Andy's wife, Megan, his family, and everyone else who's been hurt in the process. But as I said, there was over 50,000 people, and I'm not the only one that caught it on camera. So if it wasn't me who uploaded it, I'm sure someone else would have.
Fans spotted him at Coldplay's last show, cracking jokes on stage like nothing ever happened. He even threw in a playful jab saying, "Make sure you're not on the kiss cam with your coworker tonight." The crowd lost it. People are calling it the ultimate petty clapback without ever naming names. But while Chris is living his best life, Andy's world is cracking. Kristen's threatening to sue him. His soon-to-be ex-wife wants $35 million or a piece of his company. The board is on edge, and every day a new leak drops, an email, a flight record, a shady expense. It's all piling up. Andy thought he could flip the script and play victim, but now it's looking like he accidentally pulled the pin on his own grenade. And the blast? It's hitting everybody around him. Meanwhile, Chris Martin is out here handling this whole mess like an absolute boss. At his latest shows, he's been tossing out playful jabs to the crowd, reminding folks, filming is always in progress. No names dropped, no direct shade, but everybody knows exactly who he's talking about. He didn't just dodge the lawsuit, he turned the whole legal threat into a live comedy bit. And he's doing it all without even breaking a sweat. Chris's whole vibe? You want to sue me over your bad choices? Cool, I'll be up here rocking out to a sold-out crowd while you unravel backstage.
I violated both those principles, so I don't feel sorry for him too much, to be honest with you.
And John was in the United States Congress, where this is like a Saturday. Or a two, or whatever would convey it as being not that
tech company, allegedly. You kind of went, whoa, doesn't really seem like he's the brightest crayon in the box, that he's out there in a box hugging up somebody who's not.
That's legendary energy. Meanwhile, over at Astronomer, total chaos. The company's trying to mop up the mess with Pete DeJoy stepping in as interim CEO, desperately trying to rebuild the brand's image while investors whisper about fraud, scandal, and legal heat. The whole operation took a massive image hit, and Andy and Kristen, still jobless, caught up in messy divorces, staring at a lawsuit that hasn't even properly landed because, let's be real, even Andy's own legal team is probably telling him this move could end your whole career. This entire fiasco kicked off a much bigger convo. Where's the line when it comes to public privacy? And can one viral moment destroy everything you built? Right now, we're watching the answer unfold in real time. So tell us, what do you think? Did Andy Byron lose the plot going after Chris Martin? Or does he actually have a case buried somewhere in all that mess? And should Chris keep tossing those slick little stage jabs? Or let the silence do the damage? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you're loving the drama. Hit that bell so you don't miss the next episode. We've got more chaos coming your way. See you next time on Viral Vibes Daily.